Alright, welcome back to an episode of Ministry of Truth. I am your only host on this show, well, because it's Sunday, and a lot of people like to work on Sundays. I just have nothing better to do. Everyone's at work, and I don't have a football game until 3:30. So what we're going to do today is, I'm not opening the window because it's fucking dreary as fuck outside, and I was falling asleep. But we're going to get into some, serious shit, I guess, and how I didn't realize this actually happened until an hour ago. And then we're going to watch a compilation of stupid fucking people who, it's Sunday, because it's a laughing day, a relaxing day, after this first fucking story, of course. But, before we get to any, show, stream, whatnot, start it off with a video. And everyone should laugh at this video, and let's enjoy. And if you don't laugh at it, probably because you're a fucking libtard who are like, oh, this is sexual harassment today. We can't have this. Fuck you.
Oh, it seems to me that this whole world's gone crazy. It's too much hate and
What's up, Cardio? What's up, Yeti?
When I see the bare chest of a woman, my worries and my problems, they're gone. No one thinks of fighting when they see a topless girl. And maybe if you would show yours too, we could save the world.
You could save the world.
We could save it, girls. Show them to me. Show them to me. Unclasp your bronze, set those puppies free.
You graduated in the 90s. Probably know this.
Better without that sweater, I'm sure you'll agree. If you got two fun bags, I'm gonna show them to me. Very nice.
Oh, cameraman fired.
I don't care if they don't match or one's bigger than the other. You can show me one, I'll imagine the other. Even if you
It is cardio.
know there's nothing wrong. Don't be sad, your boobs ain't bad. They're just a little long. Show them to me. Show them to me.
Oh, hip, whoa,
Lift
hey.
up your shirt and let the whole world see. Justice rolls, show your clothes, and I have
What up, Zip?
If you got those chichis. Wow, mother trucker. Those are gorgeous. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. God bless you, man. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. I've met a lot of them, but never one I hated. Even if you've had 13 kids and you think they look deflated, there's no such thing as a bad breast. I believe this much is true. You're a big fat fan, I'm a titty fan, and I'd love to see y'all's too. Good Lord. Hey, there's a pair right there.
Whoa.
Beautiful. Very nice. Sorry, fellas. Show them to me. Those other ones got too much hair on them. Show them to me. Just like the girls go out on TV. Just lean back and show me right and know I'll be in ecstasy. If you got two casadas, you can show them to me. It's okay, I'm a doctor, I can see. All the world live in harmony. It'll do you good, it'll give you wood. We'll make history. If you love your country, and I think I know you do. Come on, Odessa, do you love your country? Who loves your country? That girl right there loves her country. What other girls in here love her country? Good Lord, there's a girl that loves it. Holy smokes, take a jog around, show everybody. Go ahead and jog around. Look, there's a camera. I said, if you love your country, it's gonna be a good night, guys. Stand up and show those big old tiny little itty bitty titties to me.
Started off with a little good music.
God bless you.
Good music, but kind-hearted music. Before we take a look at La Crosse, Wisconsin on August 28th of 2024, 2 days before a Trump town hall, actually the day before a Trump town hall, and what unfolded, maybe I did hear about this, it's just now actually I'm seeing it, which I could be right, because I thought they said it was an airport, but anyway, this might be the story, now that I think about it. Okay, I did know about this, but I didn't see it on the news, except for, like Benny Johnson, PBD, and all that shit. So let's watch La Crosse, Wisconsin's police department, or whatever the
Before former President Donald Trump was set to hold a rally in La Crosse, Wisconsin, police responded to a report of found property near the event center where the rally was scheduled to take place. A maintenance worker had been notified by several employees about suspicious bags hidden in the bushes of a parking lot. Although finding abandoned items was common in the downtown area due to the local homeless population, the worker initially paid it little attention. However, upon collecting and inspecting the bags, he discovered multiple firearms,
you get that AR
including
pistol,
an AR-style rifle.
Not a rifle, Dick.
Upon arrival, the officer spoke with the worker and another individual who had video footage of the person who placed the bags.
Got all saw it and all went in to tell security and everything at the same time.
All right. Has anybody touched it?
I have.
You have? All right.
I opened it up to see what.
Yeah, no one's touched it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it was right here in the.
Just right in the bushes
Yep.
there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anybody know if there's security cameras there?
Yeah, I got
Catch
footage
it?
of the guy walking across the street with it.
All right. And then who actually found it?
Somebody else.
Well, so multiple people had seen it. Actually, came down and let us know. So as we came by, I grabbed it,
Okay.
opened it up.
So nobody knew it was a gun. They just thought they just reported a bag.
I
Okay.
opened it up. And,
Sure. Okay. And you had footage of it?
Yep.
Okay. What was your name? And then the footage that inside on the computer?
I got it on my phone.
On your phone? Okay. Let me check this out quick, and then I just have everybody staying on the sidewalk for now.
Inside one of the two bags was a Bushmaster XM15 rifle, 2 unloaded 30-round magazines, and several boxes of ammunition.
Okay, what about the AR pistol? That's not the Bushmaster.
And if you want to know who it is, there's a job application
I know
right in that thing right
Oh,
there.
that might help too.
I looked at that when I opened the bag up. I looked to see if there was any information of who it was.
Sure. This was all together?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got bricks in here? Oh. He's got it on his phone. I'm just going to secure this quick. We can chat over here.
Oh,
I think I got everything I need from you. We'll just check the video and go from there. This technically, what's the name of the property here?
Riverside Center.
Riverside Center?
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
There's a guy. I can get more when I'm back on my computer, but it's walking. It's coming right across here.
Sure.
I can check our other ones back on my computer.
Yeah. Are you able to send that through
I can do email or whatever. Yep.
Okay. It's probably easier if I give you my card.
Yeah, sure.
When you have the video downloaded, just let me know.
Yep, sounds good. I'll shoot
And
you
then,
an email.
shoot me an email, and then I can send you like a Dropbox upload link.
I can send you a link to the footage. You can just click on it and download it.
Oh, okay, that works
That's
too, yeah.
easier.
Yeah, that'll work. Whenever you get that, just send that link over, and then we'll follow up. See if we can track the guy down and go from there.
Sounds good.
All right, any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep. The guy that found it, don't let him go nowhere. Closest coming down here to Secret Service.
Who actually, so multiple people reported the bag, and then you actually
I
found it?
thought they would
so,
have secured that little area.
Obviously, we're maintenance here.
Sure. I met you before. but-
Yeah. They
Exactly.
walked down and they
Okay.
said, "Hey, just so you know, there's a couple of bags
Sure.
in the bushes over there." Which
Okay.
of course I thought he was bullshitting me. He goes, "No, it's serious."
Okay.
He did tell me, and then he's like, "Well, maybe I'll look at them later." So
Okay.
we were heading to lunch. I go, "I'll just go look." So
Sure.
I came over and I grabbed them.
Yeah. Okay.
Brought 'em
Just
over.
hang out here for a couple minutes. One of our
okay.
supervisors is going to come down.
You got the video on your phone? You said. I don't.
The other guy has it. He's going inside to get better video.
Yeah, he'll send it to him. They have really good cameras in this building. Secret Service is on their way here. They want to look at it all
Right.
now before we leave right now. Okay, I'll call here in a few minutes. Yep, I'll call right now. If you guys want to go to lunch, just go? He just had like a brief angle where he's walking this way.
Okay.
I couldn't tell who it was based on the video, but he said he's got other cameras that might pick it up better.
Okay.
So he was going to go inside and check
yeah,
on
like I
that.
said, I don't know if what's in their job application, if that's actually...
Yeah, I'll start digging into that and see.
I mean, I opened up, I figured it was somebody homeless, and it looked like it because there's a little bit
More
of
than
cash
likely,
on
but...
top.
There was a job application in there.
In the second bag were 2 handguns with partially loaded magazines.
286. I'll have 2 more serial numbers to run. It's a Bryco,
Partially can have one magazine,
BRYCO,
one
arms,
round
9mm
of
handgun, possibly Gerson, Girsen, made in Turkey, 1911. What's that? An AR here, and then there's 2 handguns.
Those are heavy, but they're
In the
accurate.
bushes by the pink stuff, pink flowers. They're working on getting video. They had the guy in the purple, the maroon there. What's that?
There's a phone in there, wasn't
I didn't dig too far in there, but
just
yeah, given the proximity to upcoming
It's about
events.
normal,
Ray,
isn't it? 3 hours, 4 hours.
color wash and said he saw it laying in there.
There's a handgun in there too. 2 handguns, 2 of them in there.
Were they loaded?
No, the magazines are out, but there are magazines in there with bullets in them. They told me to stop fiddling with it for now. So.
Yeah.
Show me the open up. I just want to take one. I'm not going to touch it. It's an AR, right?
Yeah, there's 2 handguns as well.
2 handguns as well. Okay, just wait until I get the Secret Service over here.
It's so confusing about that.
Charlie Fox, yeah.
Did they move it, or did they find it? And then
So the guy in the maroon found it in the bushes. He said
Yo,
several
why'd they
employees
throw
reported to
pictures of
them
AR
and their
pictures at the
security that
beginning?
there's
It's a
some
fucking...
suspicious bags in the bushes, and then they just notified maintenance, and he came down, picked them up, briefly unzipped it, saw what was in there, and put them in his truck.
All right,
So
just
this was the bag.
little thing.
They were both in there, but
These were there too. And this.
After reviewing the video footage, other officers in the area found a male who matched the description of the subject seen on camera.
Oh. Did he work there? Nope. He wears a mask. No. We know who he voted for.
Cross Center office, see if they have a list of people. Or, who do you work for? People ready. See if people ready can
organized organization?
to come here and set up. Do you have any physical ID
That's the organization.
It was soon discovered that the man was homeless and had come to town for a temporary job helping set up for the rally. With no place to store the firearms, he decided to hide them in a nearby bush while he worked, unaware that the event was a Trump rally.
What it is, I'm just homeless. You guys have already, the cross police already checked them, they already know. And so I was over by the Amtrak, they checked them and had them out, they checked them, they looked at them, everything. And then so I'm just homeless and I didn't know.
At the Amtrak, when did you get to town? 2 days ago?
Or a day ago, or a day.
A day ago? And you already are contracted through people ready to be here?
It's a temp place, it's a temp place agency.
The temp agency in La Crosse?
All over the United States.
Hey, I don't know if you heard, we're out with the guy that owns the backpack just a block to the north of you. Sounds good, perfect.
You guys find the bags? It's a gray bag. Like I said, you guys already checked them out. You guys, and I just made it work, and I said, well, I didn't know it was a presidential. And then they sent it to Trump, and I said, so I would just put them over there.
He says that it's his bags. He said he just got into town yesterday off the train. Should be good here, Joel. Thanks for stopping by. So what the Right.
Yes,
Secret
Ron,
Service is
thank you.
going to come here and take this guy and bring him back to the city and interview him. He says he just got here yesterday or a day or two or something ago. But he works nationally for People Ready. They want him to work at the La Crosse Center tomorrow. Wasn't able to get a hold of them. I talked to Close. He's coming. They're walking here right now with Secret Service. Here they are. They're going to take him back to the city and interview him. On the 24th, We had contact with this guy at the Amtrak station. Just came into town. We had a call with him coming in with weapons. Officers went up there, checked him, ran the same serial numbers as he's getting off the train. Real briefly here, his story says he works for People Ready, temp service nationwide. He's contracted here to work at the lacrosse center.
I've been pushing in and out of here all day. Somebody mentioned earlier, like this guy's talking to himself, and he asked if he was with us, and I can't verify who's here with these movements.
He came in 4 days ago on the train.
And this has been public for those 4 days. Like, it wasn't like he's come here prior to this being announced. Interesting. So separate from the 3 that you're missing. However, just so you know, this is our PI agent out of Washington, D.C.
Was he sitting on this cooler the whole time that you've seen him? Or?
No, he was inside the building.
Where's this cooler come from?
I don't know, he was sitting there. No, I sat him on the cooler. The Secret Service guys gave us a description of him. Yeah, we saw him on camera and all that. I was wearing all dark with a mask. We looked and stand there.
Mask gave it away. Bag.
So, let's go. I saw him looking, you know, like, I looked. I was like, yeah, that's him.
We got out on Sunday at Amtrak.
On the 24th.
Ran the weapons.
Yep, they're all in the serial.
All his, right?
Yep.
He's not a convicted felon, obviously. That would have been arrested. How did we get out with him on Sunday? What was the reason? Did we get a tip? You said that he's coming in on the train.
Dispatch has the case number in there. That's all I got.
I mean, if he wasn't breaking the law, I guess.
We ended up getting out with him at the train station. If it was a tip that he had weapons, or if he called himself, or wanted the weapons checked, I don't know. I can call dispatch right now and see how.
Did he stay on the floor? Did he go anywhere else in the building?
I am not sure. Have you run full criminal yet to make sure that this party is not a convicted felon?
I apologize, I'm homeless. I just put my bags out there. I just come to work and I was going to go grab and leave. Sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't mean any, whatever.
You just do it.
Their police said they checked them already. They already know.
We're going to take you back to the city hall. This officer's going to drive you over there. You just got to make sure you got no other weapons with you. Nope. You don't need to reach for anything, but we'll have you stand up if you want. We're not going to put you in handcuffs right now. I do have to just empty your pockets and everything you got, so just keep your hands up where I can see them.
Sorry about that. I was just zipping that up. Sorry.
Okay, there you go.
I got
Just if you want to just actually raise your shirt up like that, hold it right up.
your shirt here.
Hold it right up. There you go.
We're trying to work and make some money.
I hear you.
Needles and stuff, right?
I'm trying to work and make some
Oh.
money. I mean, I don't have any money, so I ain't doing nothing wrong. So.
And keys for a car.
Just given the circumstances, it's kind of suspicious. So we're just trying to be cautious and make sure that.
Why does he have car keys?
Oh, there it is. There's my ID. I'm sorry. I forgot about it.
Info you got?
Oh, forgot that was in my back pocket. I just work. It's just like more comfortable.
Yeah.
I sleep on the ground sometimes.
All right. I'll come back and
you
get
have
all this stuff.
car
You just want to walk to me with my car over there?
So I'll get my backpack back, right?
Yeah, I got all your stuff. We'll get it to you here eventually. We just hang out by the number 24 there. Just take your hat off quick. There you go. All right. Here's your hat back for you.
Which you close the door?
What's that?
They close the door.
The garage door?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there, but see if you can squeeze in as best you can. I'll get you buckled up.
Given the serious nature of the event, the man was transported to the police department to be interviewed by the Investigative Service Bureau and U.S. Secret Service.
All right, get you unbuckled here. Hop out of the car for me. Before we go inside, I just got to double check you again. You can throw your hat on. You can walk up towards the door there. Have a seat in any chair you want. I'll be right back with you, okay?
We're with the Secret Service. I'm a Special Agent. This is Special Agent. So we're here obviously because of the visit and the circumstances of what happened.
I was just working.
Okay.
What it was a homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And so lacrosse, they know about my guns already.
Okay.
They know about my stuff. And they basically, I checked them it was like a day or two ago, and they, the night shift in lacrosse basically knew I had the rifle. Said I'm homeless, and they said okay, and they said maybe they could take him in here and basically hold him for a little bit till I get on money. And I said, well, let me figure that out. And then I got up on the job. I didn't know it was a Trump rally.
Okay.
And so I was like, I usually kind of stuffed my bags, and I was thinking like, I know there's some firearms. I was like, but I didn't know what to do. And so I just stuffed a couple bags, and I was going to go to work. And then I realized it was a Trump rally. I was like, okay, whatever. And I put him in the bushes, and then basically I was just going to leave him there, go back and pick my stuff up and leave.
Okay.
No,
So
I
you
can't
didn't know that
believe
it
it.
was anything political. This rally had nothing to do with Trump.
No. I mean, even if it is political, and I knew, I guess I would have done the same thing. Like, well, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to work and whatever, and try to make some money, and then basically I'm not bringing guns to whatever to do
Maybe that's
anything.
why
It's
the
just
story
I don't know. I
disappeared.
don't have anything. I'm on the streets and I can't put them anywhere. I've asked for help. I've asked for things. The police know that I have them and stuff, and they did offer to put them in here. I guess I just want to make sure I'd want to be able to get them out. I thought maybe I'd lose them or something like that.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. I really wasn't even thinking about it. I just said, well, I'm just going to put them there. And I kind of think about it now because it is some firearms, and I guess I just left them on there in the open, but I put them in the bushes, so I guess that wasn't a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I should have called the police and maybe asked them to take it, so I think about that now, and that's my fault at them because, you know, people see bags that can pick guns up and there's stuff. I guess I didn't know. I was just trying to make money, you know what I mean? And it was like, well, I'll just go to work, throw them in the bushes, and go and just come back.
Okay.
I mean, that's the real truth, I swear to God.
Okay.
And I do think about it, I was like, dang, crap, what am I doing leaving them out? But I didn't think about it at the time. I just think about, well, I'll just throw them in there, I'm just going to make some money and just come back and just try to make some money. That's it.
Where'd you come from this morning?
I got up off the streets and I was sleeping, and I just basically, there was some work and I went into work.
And how do you get that work? Do you have to...
You're registered with the office. They got offices everywhere. And if there's work, you call in and they got work and goes. And they didn't know I was going to do that, so they didn't know. But I guess I should have thought about it. But I mean, I guess I forgot about that. You shouldn't leave that there, and you can't leave that stuff. I guess I didn't think about that. Right now, I thought about that. I was like, crap, I shouldn't have left them there. But I didn't know what to do. I was trying to make some money, so I figured I'd throw them in some. Because I've done it before. I threw my bags and just kind of stashed them. Went, made some money. Went, got my stuff. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Okay. One of the individuals said you used their phone to make a phone call there.
Yeah.
Who'd you call?
I called People Ready.
You called them?
Yeah, I called People Ready and I asked if I could be on the ticket still, and they said yeah.
Okay, and so that's just confirming that you were there that day?
Just confirming, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other weapons? Is it just those three? Okay. Do you have you before?
No. Well, back in the past I had some, but I sold them. I had some shotguns and then a couple rifles that I sold in Minnesota. And I was just trying to get money, and I was just whatever. Okay. I forgot about that. Dang, you can't leave guns out, but I guess I didn't look at it like that. I guess I just looked at it like I was trying to just stash my stuff and just go in and basically just like go to work and whatever. I mean, I haven't had money in a while, and I was in Minnesota, there was no work, and it was like, wow, opportunity to get some money. And I seen some bushes, and I just kind of like, I'll leave them there, and I don't know, I guess I didn't think about it. But I mean, I figured people see bags, they wouldn't mess with them, you know what I mean? And I did put them in some bushes. I just, but then I didn't realize Trump rally, and I should have been like, well, I should have maybe said, maybe I'll just come out to work today and stuff. But then I was like, I was trying to work and make money.
Are you, do you practice with those weapons? Are you proficient with them?
No, they're just show.
Just show?
Yeah, I just got them in my bag, and they're good. They keep them up, but basically I just keep them chill.
Have you had any drug use in the past or anything like that? No? No drug use?
Really?
Drinking? No? Mental health issues? Have you had any stays in the hospital or no? Okay. Military service? Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I forgot about leaving. I guess I didn't think about it. I was like, dang, the firearms, I shouldn't have left them out and stuff. So that was, I guess. But honestly, in all reality, I was just trying to go to work and make some money, and then just come back and get my bags and just go.
Okay.
Just leave and just, whatever. I just don't have a lot of opportunity and money. I try to get jobs and stuff. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I try to fill applications and stuff, and then I don't know. I guess I should have thought about it. If I could get a little bit of money to get back on the train or something, or I ought to get like on the bus or something and get moving somewhere.
So you were trying to get out of the area then?
Well, I mean, I like the area. I just try, or maybe get a storage unit. They got some storage units up by the Amtrak, and you can still put some stuff in there.
Okay. Are you from the area?
No.
No. Okay. Where are you from originally?
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you get into the area?
Oh, about a day or two ago.
Day or two ago? Yeah. Okay.
But that's honest. I'm mad at myself because I forgot you're supposed to leave them out in public, and I guess I didn't know what to do. I mean, I don't know. I was going to bring them closer to the building and leave them, but I didn't know if I could bring them. So I just figured I'd stuff them in bushes and then just come work and come on back.
How did you get to lacrosse?
I got a ride. I was in Minnesota, and I knew someone that gave me a ride across to
Oh, you said
Amtrak
Amtrak.
station.
Okay.
Who was that?
The police.
The police drove you into Wisconsin?
Yeah. The police know all about. I was up in another city, and they drove me here.
What city was it?
Winona.
Winona. Okay.
Yeah, so Winona, they gave me a ride here, dropped me off, and I said thanks. They knew about my guns and stuff like that, knew about it, so I always check and make sure. So Winona knows, a couple other polices, cities know and stuff. I guess I just don't, I guess look at it like I've left my stuff place before, and it doesn't ever get touched and messed with. I just leave it, chill, and I just don't worry, and it's good, and I'm not on any harm or on any whatever, and then just go back. And I don't know, it's the way my life's been. A lot of corruption from, I would say, the country, and a lot of corruption from things has driven me out of
Okay.
regular normal life to where it's hard to whatever. And there's like a background voice. You hear chatter, you hear like talking, you hear chatter, and that's written in the scriptures, and they talk about that, and it's Satan, it's the devil. It's written in the prophecies, and you hear it. And he's actually got a lot of pull in the society of America, where he's pushed me out because I don't go after him, and he's gone after my family, he's gone after people. And so I don't know, I'm out on the streets, and basically I deal with that, and Satan, you hear that chatter in the background, he's like, hollering all the dawn. It's written in the book, in the Bible, and he's pushed me out of jobs, out of my house, out of neighborhoods, and stuff like that. And it's the truth, it's real stuff. It's written and documented in the Bible, and stuff, and you hear it. Sometimes you hear chatter, you hear like it seems like a voice in the background. You hear something like this, holler, and it's Satan, and a lot of people tap into it, and that's broadcasting from hell. But he presses harder on some people, because basically, in a sense, for some sort of reason, you find out after. I've been with the Bible all through my years, read scripture, and then I find out later in life, like, well, he's going to come after you because he thinks he's one of your tribe. Because there's tribes back in the day, and I'm not. But in a sense, I've never claimed Satan or anything like that. But in a sense, he thinks, well, we can go after you because you're one of us. And I'm like, no, I never claimed you. And then God never told me that. And he's just kind of like, so I never found out. And so I'm not of the tribe of Satan, but there's tribes in the Bible back in the day where he comes from. And maybe through the lines or something, you might be a little connected, but I don't ever think of it. And so that's why he's pursued me harder after some people, because they think, well, you're one of us, we can go after you. And I'm like, no, seriously. And I asked God, why didn't you tell me when I was here? I did Bible study for 40 years. I was reading the Bible hardcore, and I was like, how come you never told me this? And I never get an answer. That's kind of the real truth of things. So Satan's pretty much pushed me out of my life.
Has Satan ever taken possession of your body or mind or something like that?
He comes at you. He comes at you hardcore, some 24 hours a day. He's coming at me, trying to, when I'm sleeping at night and up and down. I even, back in the day, he even made an appearance on the earth.
Oh,
and I seen him, he was driving a Cadillac and everything. Satan himself, and Lucifer. Lucifer is kind of a skinnier, blonde-headed dude, but he's skinnier. They made an appearance at my job, and Satan was driving a Cadillac on the earth, and he was just allowed to come on the earth for a while, and he jumped into a car, and I was like, oh wow, and and he's walking through, and people know, and this is probably back in 2015 or 14, and I mean, he was on the earth in human form and stuff like that, but he's a man, you know what I'm saying? And basically, what do you call it? I just dealt with it. I said, whatever he's trying to pursue you, I just kept ignoring him, and I just kept into the scriptures, just kept just going after God, like, well, whatever, just ignored it. And I mean, I'm not evil, I'm not Satan, and I'm not trying to kill or hurt nobody or whatever. It's like, in a sense, you're pursued more because he feels he has a right to pursue you because you're some sort of member of the tribes that talks about in the Bible that he says he's from.
How long have you been homeless?
10 years. Yeah.
Okay. Where were you, and before that you were in?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay.
Have you ever worked at political events before, like building stages or anything?
I worked at a couple places, but it wasn't political. It was just some sort of like an event, and it was downtown in Minneapolis at the convention center. And we were just putting up stuff.
Where have you been staying since you've been in La Crosse?
I was at the bus stop.
Just sleeping at the bus stop?
And then sitting in the alley was about it.
Did you know what the job was before? Like, did they just tell you to show up this time and they'll?
Yeah, it was just like they said, set up.
Set up. Okay.
They didn't say it was any political or Trump, so.
What are your plans for tomorrow?
I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably won't be able to go back to work because, they'll probably tell the office says you brought guns to a rally, and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't mean that, and they'll probably get mad. Probably just go back out on the streets and sit down and just chill.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Would it be possible to just take a quick photo?
Thanks, sir.
Ultimately, the 3 firearms and several boxes of ammunition were secured in property for safekeeping. The man was later released without charges and requested that the firearms be turned over to the La Crosse police as he was unsheltered and lacked a safe place to store them.
Oh.
Want a deeper look into the channel?
Maybe he was crazy. Hold on. Laura. Oh. Yeah, I've been looking up more and more stuff on that LARP, and I think I'm right. I think I'm right. And I think Dan Bongino touched on it as well, which, like I said, I'll go on more tomorrow. But I think I'm right on these drones and history. It's like a combination of things I can throw into it. You said it was silent? Because there was a video in New Jersey that it sounded like a fucking aircraft, like a helicopter. But while he's thinking on that, give y'all a couple minutes, I'll be right back. It's a mandatory music break, so after these messages, we'll be right back.
Titties are really important. Titties make you quiet. Titties make you go, shh, there's some titties. You know why? Because all your hunting instincts kick in. Get down, there's some tits. Shut up, fucker, you're gonna scare them off. You start assessing the situation. You're like, all right, how can I get close to those? Possibly touch them, maybe lick them. You realize you're in Sears with your family and it's probably not gonna happen. Titties and beer. I thank God Almighty for titties and beer. Got titties and beer. Hunting two-legged deer. Titties and beer. Thank God I ain't queer. Bring them out here. There's one thing that it lacks, and that's titties and beer. Titties and beer. Well, titties and beer. I said great big titties in my beer. God, I love your big fat titties. Come here, honey. Come here. Who's your daddy? Bobby. That man is a deacon in his church. They don't know he does that. We wrote one for the girls. It goes, wieners and wine. Wieners and wine. Little wieners and wine. Aren't they fine? If you like a little wiener and wine, you can have some of mine. Little wieners are fun. I'll shove it into your bun. Bobby.
Here's one thing I wanted to show you since we are talking about drones. Let me turn my camera back on. I know the aircraft you're talking about, LARP, but since this is disclassified, I guess I can show you what I used to work with when my unit in the Army, and these are what we used for spying. It's $1 million camera on the end of that, and they're pretty quiet, and they do have payloads. So yeah, it definitely could be one of those, and I was kind of hoping it was until I saw some of the videos. And that's a drone, military grade drone that we've used in Afghanistan. So in my opinion, the more I listen to people, the more I see some of the light patterns on them. Wrong shape. Okay. But it did have that hum to it. Because those are quite weak. If you're looking for it, you can hear it, but it's really hard to hear them. Okay. So that must be a downgrade or a more updated version of the B2. Not B2, B-52. All right.
Very well.
Well, I'm looking at more of this stuff for tomorrow because, damn, I'm glad LARP showed up again. Let's listen to stupid people, being smart. Or smart people being stupid. Or we're just here to laugh. It's Sunday.
If your uterus has more confirmed kills than my AR, I'm clearly not the problem.
Everyone has been having a little bit of fun at the Wokies' expense since Trump got elected. They just left themselves completely opened. Who wouldn't? Enjoy this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
They're not taking our rights away.
You know what, Lark? Northrop Grumman makes that aircraft. And they are one of the bigger names that are showing up in the military-industrial complex. And there is a base around New Jersey.
They're sending it back to the state. What do you think a right is? What do you think a right is? For something to be a right, it needs to be afforded to everybody indiscriminately, okay? So federally, abortions were allowed to be given to those who sought them out, those who needed.
According to the U.S., there's only 2 of them built for the United States Navy at this point. And we've only built 2 since 2011. Nah. And you can refill them in the air? Bro. They're testing them.
Did them for medical purposes or any other reason. It was a right that everybody had. Sending it back to the states so that each state can decide whether or not they are going to allow that makes it not a right anymore. If there are some places and some people who do not have access to that, it is no longer a right afforded to everybody, no longer a right at all. If gay marriage gets sent back to the states, it is no longer a right. If interracial marriage, like Clarence Thomas wants to relook at, gets sent back to the states, it is no longer a right. What do you think a right is? I hope you get everything you voted for.
Abortion is not mentioned once in the Constitution or Bill of Rights, you rat-looking person. So no, it's not a right. Killing unborn children is not a right. Go cry some more in the shower.
Parents of trans species kids, what are we doing about Donald Trump getting rid of the trans species child tax credit?
Excuse me.
Yo. I did not know there was a trans kid tax credit. The tax credit. And apparently it's a disability. So your little 4-year-old kid that thinks they're a cat like she's going to tell you, she gets extra money for him. Weird.
What are we doing about Donald Trump getting rid of the trans species child tax credit?
Excuse me. Getting rid of the what?
Because for the past 4 years since Biden got in office, I've been receiving $12,000 a year because...
Repeat that slowly. You've been receiving what?
My son identifies as a cat, and that's counted as a disability.
I don't think I can even reply to what you just said.
Wait.
And not get a community violation.
So they sent me $1,000.
So, since I identify as a demigod, can I apply for disability? Or am I too old?
As a cat, and that's counted as a disability.
I don't think I can even reply to what you just said and not get a community violation.
So they sent me $1,000 a month to help with raising him and his transition and all that.
Excuse my ignorance. His transition to a cat?
But Donald Trump's getting rid of that.
I get it.
What are we going to do?
Your son is transitioning to a pussy. Makes fucking sense now, and it's your fault, crazy-eyed bitch.
I've been using that to pay for my mortgage payment. Well,
I need to rehear that again.
Trump's getting rid of that. So what are we going to do? Because I've been using that to pay for my mortgage payment. Well,
Oh.
half of it, because my mortgage payment is $2,000. But what are we going
That's
to
a lot.
do?
Either I'm slow. Yeah, that sky is beautiful today.
And that math doesn't
Well,
make
that's some
sense.
crazy math you just did.
In this bind financially, because my son, since he identifies as a cat, the school doesn't really tolerate his cat-like behaviors.
Okay. Like, does her cat, unless her cat really is a cat, then that would make sense because she's a single cat lady, kidless cat lady, or where the fuck JD Vance said, or her son literally shits in a litter box.
$12,000 a year, so $1,000 a month to reward your bad parenting? Is that what's happening? Lady, looks like you're gonna have to get a job.
For the final part of the debate, we asked each of the two candidates to choose a song that best describes the opposing candidate. We will now play the song President Trump picked, that he thinks best describes Vice President Kamala Harris.
If this was made in the UK, somebody would have been adorned with handcuffs. Shout out to freedom speech.
Will any stars try to follow her lead? Oh, we sent Johnny to Newark Airport.
Blair White does. He always does.
Catch a celeb trying to make a clean getaway.
Are you leaving the country because Donald Trump was elected?
No, I am not.
No.
Oh.
I ain't going nowhere.
I'm staying. God bless America.
But we're
Are you
not
leaving the
celebrities.
country since Trump was elected?
Come again?
What about you? Are you leaving?
No way, Jose.
You're staying.
I'm staying.
Whoa.
Will you be
Hope
leaving
his
the
name is
country
Jose.
since Donald Trump was elected?
I'm leaving the country now.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Paris.
Have you considered leaving the country?
No.
I like it here. America's pretty good, man.
America is the greatest place on earth.
Okay, maybe Jesse is having a little too much fun. They've all just posted dumb Instagram stories and even dumber ex-departure notes. It looks like they were all bluffing.
So pissed off. So Donald Trump decided to make history by making this woman, Susie Wiles, the very first ever female chief of staff. Very first. What kind of misogynist are you?
Right?
I voted for misogynist pig, damn it.
Still waiting for the neo-Nazism genes to kick in. I think his misogynistic self will put women in the front lines. What do you guys think?
So I've stayed quiet about everything that happened since Tuesday because I've been enraged.
Okay.
This morning I woke up and I started thinking.
Did it hurt?
One thing that Kamala said the other day that really stuck with me was that she's going to get to work and roll her sleeves up. She's a prosecutor.
You don't roll your sleeves
And
up?
she probably knows some of the best investigators in the country.
I don't think so.
I don't think this is over.
Oh, it's not?
I don't think this is over by a long shot.
I feel like it is.
She's going to hold her cards closely to her chest.
Her card's already been thrown out into the river.
I hope they find out what really happened.
What really
We
happened?
haven't gotten to that part of the movie yet. It'll happen 30 minutes before the credits roll. Get your popcorn, you guys. The horrible prosecutor is going to make a blockbuster.
What MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite.
Okay.
Just wear what you've been wearing. You'll be alright.
Well, someone is a delusional little liberal. How about you tell us about the Republican men who have actually been attractive to you?
If you voted for Trump, I hope your Thanksgiving dinner consists of undercooked turkey, gummy mashed potatoes, dry macaroni and cheese, and burnt pecan pie.
I'm pretty sure conservatives can cook.
Yeah, conservatives
You can
can cook.
enjoy your lonely dinners, though, or ally dinners. You'd see the turkey vlogs later. Okay, who did this?
¿Qué pues, pinche gringo mamón? Si tengo mi green card.
I don't know what they're fucking saying, but I like it.
And remember, don't come back again.
Y el gringo nos quiere cobrar el muro. Dile que no, pinche gringo racista. Pues no te pagaremos.
God damn it, where's my beaner to translate this?
Somos gente honrada
I fucking love it.
If the Oscars was a fair academy, you would definitely be getting nominated.
Okay, I
tried to listen to The Daily today. I tried to listen to Pod Save America. I tried really hard to listen to Ezra Klein. And I swear to God, if I have to hear one of these white men try to explain away the Democrats need more messaging and they're not appealing to the working class. No, babe. No. Here's the thing. First of all, leave New York. That'll help. It's 3 things. Bear with me here. The first is, if you go to any small rural town, you will know 3 things pretty quickly. They hate women. The women even hate women. I'm so beside myself. The women even hate women. The sleep her way to the top. Every woman I know said that. Not a man. The women said she slept her way to the top. They do not like women. The amount of times, gotten maybe uppity at a bar and been told I was being uppity, and then somebody looks over to my husband and says, "Are you gonna come get your girl? I'm some dog to be leashed," is innumerable, okay? They don't like women. The second thing that you will find out to be very true is that they don't like brown people. They think anyone who speaks Spanish is Mexican is gonna steal your job. Literally, where do you think that catchphrase, they took her job?
Don't expect, just because we're brown, to speak Spanish. You ignorant. What the fuck is wrong with her face? Her eyes look like they don't match. Like they're like, one's this far out. Never mind.
Came from. That's a real thing. They really believe that they're going to take your job. And they also believe that black people are going to mug them. Literally, that's what they think. And the third, and probably the most important thing that I need all of these pundits out of New York and DC to realize, they are stupid. These people are dumb. In your own papers over the summer, I read multiple pieces and studies about the illiteracy rate in this country, about whole graduation class showing up to college unable to read. The literal common denominator for reading, the lowest common denominator for most publications is a 3rd grader. My 9-year-old can read better than 25 million Americans. It is not complicated. The Democrats don't need to do anything different. In fact, one might argue that a lot of this context setting comes down to you guys. The amount of times leading up to the election that I heard, well, she's been in office for the last 4 years. Why hasn't she done anything? Well, that's what the Trump supporters think. Without the follow-up from you saying, actually, the vice presidency is symbolic and she has no power. Reference Mike Pence. But y'all never did that. You never followed it up. You just kind of were like, this is what they think. And when you don't follow it up with correcting, it makes that idiocy seem like a fact. Now, I could just be a condescending liberal, a college-educated condescending liberal. That very much is true. Probably. But I guess what...
Yeah, I don't understand. I think I've explained this many times. What the fuck does college educated mean over someone like me? I know a lot of shit college kids will never know. They know a lot of shit that I don't need to know. What's the square root of 9,726? I don't know. What's the drip weight of a person that's 188 pounds with 9% body surface burns to the upper torso?
What I'm saying is the movie Idiocracy is more like a documentary for some of us. I'm surrounded by idiots everywhere. And sometimes the simplest explanation is true. These people are racist, they're misogynist, and they're dumb.
All right. Am I racist? Probably. Am I a misogynist? Absolutely. Am I dumb? Depends on who you ask. But I still plan on losing one of my eyes.
I spy with my little eye your party losing more elections in the future because your everyday narcissistic and condescending speeches are repelling people from you. They didn't hate black people when Obama had 2 terms. Republicans are asking for Tulsi and Candace to take positions one day. I don't think they are the problem, it's you. Hi, you're the problem, it's you.
So she must either have beta male boyfriends or...
Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, and all the Democrats that are in office, do something. Stop this.
Stop what?
You tell us for months what a danger this man is, and now he is proving it to everybody, and you guys are nowhere to be found, and nothing is being done. People are demanding a recount. People are demanding something be done. We stood by you. We did everything you asked us to do, and then you just conceded and disappeared. And now we are all facing that is coming. Nothing that we can see is being done about this. Nothing.
What?
You need to do something because this is our lives on the line. You want democracy?
No.
Fight for it. We're doing what we can.
What's up, boy?
We don't have the power.
Bill Gangbang? My
Fight
bad.
for it. Fight for us.
Acknowledge me. You're gonna do it anyway. But this bitch is crazy. Like, what do you expect when you lose?
We deserve it.
So what are you guys thinking? Like a late January 6th or something?
Yes.
Now, a much needed musical
With drum.
break.
Okay, this is after the election. I'm not feeling so good. But guess what? There's another song. Take the gloves off.
Cat
Tell
Eyes?
the truth now. Donald Trump, sir. Truth today.
Was that a hard watch?
don't even know
Anyway,
what
there you have
happened.
it. She's going to Portugal. Enjoy your new life, Granny. Maybe you can serenade Portugal with your music too. I'm sure they would just love you. Also, I noticed the fake sob towards the end. You should work on that.
If Whoopi Goldberg was here right now, what would you tell her?
I'm just gonna say, ma'am, I'm not trying to shame, but Whoopi Goldberg, you one of the ugliest actresses in the history of America. You the goat of ugliness. Nobody think you pretty. Nobody think you even Whoopi Goldberg. And then on top of that, you know how like an ugly girl, she can make herself more
So
beautiful.
my son was talking about doing that, and I'm like, dude, seriously, what's the likelihood you're gonna get a job that pays a lot of money? I mean, you can go to college for it all you want, but I wouldn't bank on it being your primary. But we'll see. My kid's pretty successful, even though, you know, they listen to me 99% of the time.
With a good character.
The other time
Her
it's just I told
character
you.
is just as ugly. All she do is she complain and talk about Donald Trump all day, and you got all these millions. Are you not happy, man? Whoopi, I want you to look in the mirror right now. You's an ugly one. And you ugly for selling America down the hall. You're supposed to be an American. I don't even consider you American. But at the end of the day, Whoopi, you ugly.
There goes her next rant on that dumb table. Did you guys hear that Whoopi was going on a sex strike like the rest of the 4B movement attention seekers? She might be a horrible host, but she's fantastic at making herself look like a joke. I'd give her that.
I can't tell you this to your face without, like, spitting on you. Any of you that voted for him. But the kids are watching, man. I'm setting the example.
Dude, you look like you're a cook at a restaurant.
You have proven that you are not the example. You're not about that life. You voted against people's rights. Sit down.
About what life exactly? These people are so foolishly narcissistic. Setting the example for what? Mental instability.
Hey, Trump supporter.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
Are you happy now?
Yes.
Do you have control of the Supreme Court? Donald Trump's your new president?
Yes.
You
Yes,
now
sir.
have the House of Representatives and the Senate.
Right.
All branches of government under your control.
Not my control.
Are
but-
you happy? Are you finally happy? You've been
And happy.
promising for the last 10 years you were going to take America back again, that you were going to rule America. Well, you've won.
You're gonna take America back again, which he did. He did. So I can agree with you on that.
You've won it all. Are you happy?
Yes.
Are you satisfied?
Yes.
Are you dancing? Are you rejoicing?
Yes.
Does it make you feel good that
Yes.
about 90% of all the black folks here in the country feel like their civil rights
Let
are
me
in
see those
danger?
statistics.
Does that make you happy?
Yeah.
Does it make you happy that all gay and lesbian and trans
Uh-huh.
people feel threatened by
That's
our
not my
government now? Are you
problem.
happy?
That they
Are
feel.
you happy that the same people,
Uh-huh.
thousands,
Uh-huh.
that built hanging gallows
There's only
on
one
the
gallow.
steps of the Capitol,
Only one
shattered
gallow and it's an
windows,
FBI.
killed people, are now back in the highest seats of government? That's what you want?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
We have a person that Donald Trump wants to appoint as the head of the Justice
What's up, JJ?
Department of the United States of America, who's been under investigation for having minor. Are you happy? That's what you want.
They were
from the
unproven. You know that, right?
You have a Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, who's going to be the head of Obamacare and
No,
HHS and the CDC, that believes that vaccines and medicines that have saved millions of lives are wackadoodle and kooky.
I was thinking to myself, what was the normal life expectancy of Americans before vaccines? I'm too lazy to look up statistic, but I'm going to assume it's pretty fucking old. Self, what are the statistics of life expectancy of people with vaccines? Self, I'm too lazy to look that shit up, but I'm pretty sure it's higher. And I'm pretty sure I'm right. Self might be right too.
That's what you wanted? When you gather in your churches in the morning across the country, and you sing about victory in Jesus, and you've made almost half of the other side of the country want to vomit when they think about coming into your churches and your place of worship and the denigration.
Why would you go into someone else's church if you don't want to be there?
That they see of the Christ that has been done. You rejoice in that? That makes you happy. Yeah, be happy. Yeah, you won. Be happy.
Don't worry.
Old and young, male and female, blue or green, every kind has been chewed up by the woke mind virus. To answer your question, sir, yes, I do think they are happy.
You idiots do realize that Trump can't just go bippity boppity boop and change gas prices.
Yeah,
he
because it's
can't
not
go
fucking
bippity
Disney.
boppity boop and change grocery prices. Your life is going to get worse, not better. Thank you, stupid people!
Chat, is this a real life hussy fit? Yeah, he
Whatever
can't go
happened.
beepity boopity
I know,
boop
yes,
and
he
change
did.
gas prices. But Kamala couldn't even work to change them in 4 years. I think there's a difference, my dear.
This is for you Trumpers out there. Dirty Diaper Donnie is not even in office yet.
You wear diapers?
And we are already starting to feel the effects
Yes, we are.
of
And
Dirty
they're
Donnie
great effects.
or Dirty Diaper Donnie.
Okay.
It's already happening.
Yeah,
And he ain't
it's
even
already
in
happening.
office.
All these countries are like, you know what? Can we get in on some of those peace talks here, Big Don? We realize nobody's currently in office right now, so we're just gonna start working with you, directly. Yeah, sure. I like that. The cabinet is making people look hopeful that people will start doing their jobs, that Doge will find wasteful spending, fraud, waste, and abuse, which the Pentagon hasn't passed an audit in 8 years now, yet they were just given $854 billion more dollars. Wait. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm happy.
Yet. So let's light up the blue hearts, guys. Even though Harris didn't win,
Why would I
we
put
can
blue heart?
still light up my comments with blue hearts. We're gonna feel the
Oh,
effects,
because
guys.
Democrat.
Just hang in there and let the comments roll in. I'm gonna start laughing already.
I saw
You
that too,
guys
Yeti.
have a awesome Sunday evening. Peace.
I can't explain it, but you can just smell the video. So are
Yeah.
you going to elaborate on the effects you're feeling?
Smells
Not
like
from the
cat piss and
marijuana,
old
though.
lady.
The effect from Trump, or Dirty Donnie, as you call him, winning the election.
I want to send a message to the Biden-Harris administration.
Right.
If they see this, they see this. If other bigger creators make similar messages, that would be great.
I'm smaller.
You asked us to mobilize. We mobilized.
What?
You asked us to volunteer.
Uh-huh.
We volunteered in droves.
Okay.
You asked us to donate. We donated. Over $1 billion
They asked
we donated. You asked us to fight. We fought. Now stop asking us to send more money, and the fight begins now.
Oh.
When you know well, the fight is now in your hands, not ours. Stop showing us that you're going to play by the rules when you know very well that they're not playing by the rules. The rules have changed.
This
You
wasn't
need
going
to take
where I
action
expected.
now. If you voluntarily turn this country over to the autocratic dictator
Right.
and his clown show of an administration that he's been assembling,
Okay.
if you let democracy fall in this country,
I don't
if you
believe in
let
democracy.
millions of people die, and you know millions of people will die under that administration, then your legacy and the one thing you will
A
be
million people
remembered
died
for
under the first
in
year of
history
Biden's administration.
is allowing democracy to fall in the United States. The Biden-Harris administration will be known throughout, and the one thing you will be remembered for in
I get it. But if there was a fall of democracy in the United States, I would not be upset at all. People misunderstand what we are.
history is allowing democracy to fall in the United States. The Biden-Harris administration
I would say give her about
throughout history
maybe
as the
10 years.
administration that
10
let
years
this
ago.
country turn into an autocratic dictatorship, and you know we'll never get it back. If the options are dictatorship or civil war,
Well, y'all get those
we
bags.
choose civil war. I choose civil war. Stop playing by the rules and war. We choose civil war.
Challenge accepted. Y'all hear that? Wow. My pen ain't strong. I hit my ring. Oh.
I choose civil war. Stop playing by the rules and do something.
We might have to cancel comedy shows for the next 4 years. These people are dropping comedic gems all for free. Civil War? What do you mean you won't get the government back? That they do such a good job and people will trust them to keep leading? Or that America is going to become a Western North Korea? If it's the latter, then you're dumber than you look.
Okay, so the funniest thing is happening on the internet right now because everybody on the left is leaving Twitter.
That's all yours, Getty.
And there's all those
it's all you.
Terrible right-wingers there. But here's the thing.
Ass.
Now, the people on the left to harass and be mean to and cruel and horrible to. Right-wingers are getting upset with Twitter because it's not fun for them anymore. They're all going to Blue Sky, where all the people on the left are going. But the thing is...
Twitter is really fun. People on Blue Sky are, I don't know, pedophiles so far. Right, Alex? Not like Alex, but Alex has been catching, what, Blue Sky for the past 4 days?
Blue Sky has like these really good block lists, and the mechanism on Blue Sky for blocking is like really well. So these right-wingers show up, the first post they make is like, time to go harass these leftists, ha ha ha. And then after that, they start crying about how, everybody's blocking me. Because the only thing they get out of social media is harassing people. That's all they want. That's all they want to get from a social media platform. So they're really angry when they can't get it. And I just think that is deeply funny. Misery really does love company.
I almost forgot to mention, every liberal leaving X is going to something called Blue Sky. There have been screenshots of P-words introducing themselves as minor attracted persons and connecting with fellow sickos. I really doubt anyone is downloading a new app just to watch perverts be perverts. We still see Blue Sky screenshots on X. I think we're good.
I say we pass a law that requires anyone who voted for that orange piece of to wear their Trump hat 24/7. Because conservatives are dangerous for anyone who isn't white, Christian, or male.
Oh, I'm not white or Christian.
Like dynamite waiting to go off in your hand. So I think we should all get a public service warning. Don't you?
So, a law that makes them wear the hats they already wear. That's too much. You don't need a public service warning. If you talk to them and they sound even remotely intelligent and grounded in reality, they're conservative.
Oh, okay.
So it turns out Elon Musk's presence at Mar-a-Lago is starting to get on everybody's nerves. Insiders with the Trump campaign say that he's everywhere. He's in the gift shop. He's in photographs with his grandchildren. He's at every single meal, and he's next to saying everywhere he goes. Insiders are saying that he can't seem to keep an opinion to himself. Every time a topic comes up, he's got to voice his opinions and his concern on everything. And he calls himself, get this, the first buddy. Yeah, and the insiders that were interviewed for this article say that he's acting like he's the second in command. So here's my prediction. Elon is going to pull some harebrained stunt, make some crazy decision without Stain's approval, and he's going to end up ousting him, which is going to cause Elon to try to turn all of Twitter against him. Axios did a focus group study with
Axios.
14 swing state voters. These are people who voted for Biden.
Axios doesn't think anybody other than a journalist can be a journalist.
Biden once and then Trump. All of them are a lot concerned about Shane's rhetoric of jailing political opposition. They're all very concerned that they named RFK as the head of Health and Human Services because they all think he's just in general insane. He's nuts, which obviously we've been telling you that for ever anyways. Now the farmers are very concerned because RFK is going around talking about getting rid of pesticides. He's been vocal about the type of seeds they're using, which I think you guys know what I mean. So farmers are concerned they're going to have to make some hefty and expensive changes. I say you should also be concerned that your entire workforce is about to get deported. You guys have shot yourselves in the foot, and I'm just going to keep looking for these stories because I want all of you to hear them. I want you all to hear how worried they all are about what they've done.
And her sources, trust me, bro, he's at me.
What better person to grow or pick crops than somebody that thinks they're a fucking cat? Right? Because that's pretty much all they're going to be able to do with their cat degree in being a cat at the Cat University of Lower Los Angeles, Louisiana, California, New Mexico.
Meals? Maybe Beach is a guest. What do you mean Elon will try to oust Trump? These idiots are acting like JD Vance was not even on the ballot. Not everyone plans to be as useless as Kamala, you guys.
So let's see how much y'all really love Kamala Harris, because she's accepting donations right now to pay off her $20 million debt. So why don't you guys go ahead and donate to that, since y'all love her so much?
I don't think you should use your Starbucks wage to clear a millionaire politician's debt. I recommend selling some of the fried hair you guys chopped off. It would make great synthetic wigs.
Whoa. What's going on here? You gonna cry?
Good evening to all the women only. Only the women.
All right, cool. I'm not listening.
And all the men had to sign into therapy to cope with this trauma. It was horrible, you guys.
How's this for a motivational phrase? Our resistance will be talked about for generations.
By resistance, they mean shaving off their own heads, possibly paying a $20 million debt when they probably don't even have $2,000.
Every morning I wake up, I look to see if there's a new cabinet pick that Donald Trump has done overnight.
Right.
And then I immediately turn on MSNBC to watch them freak out.
Me too.
I shouldn't be enjoying this
yes, you
much,
should.
but it's amazing. Donald Trump, you did exactly what we voted you in to do.
Wait, you're black.
Loving it. Keep up the good work.
Wait, you're a Trump supporter?
It's been a horrible couple of weeks for every fake news station. They're struggling to find dirt in every candidate and just end up grasping at fine dust. They are calling cross signs white supremacy symbols. Tulsi is always the Russian asset, and Elon is the Antichrist. I thought they hated Christianity.
And I thought they liked
not supposed to find the smaller rally down the street. Is selective amnesia a symptom of mental breakdowns?
Every drop of bleach in my hair could soak into my brain, and I would still have enough sense to prioritize the economy over your right to sterilize your children. Now walk with me.
All right.
Your delusion is not the priority of the American people. If you're genuinely afraid that your rights are about to be taken away, then you're either a criminal or you're snorting fear through a roll dollar bill. However, if you swam into our country, congratulations, because you're getting a free round trip home. And your family doesn't have to be separated because you can leave with them. You're getting deported. Voting based on your pronouns is a privilege. At some point, y'all need to stop expecting people to prioritize your fake make-believe issues when we have a border with looser walls than a regular client at Planned Parenthood.
God damn!
It's so bad for the wokies this season. They can't even make a social argument. Every group voted for Trump. It must be so stuffed to not play the discriminated victim card.
Why I'm scared.
About what?
About Trump's presidency is like a knife in the heart every time. I was born here in the U.S. My kids were born here in the U.S.
Okay.
But both of us, my kids and myself, potentially our citizenship is up for question.
Why?
My mother was born in South America. She was adopted here to the States when she was like 3. She's here legally.
She's here legally.
She was brought here. She's a naturalized citizen. Her paperwork is all in order and it has been for decades.
Right.
My fiance was born in Ireland.
Okay.
He's a permanent resident.
Okay.
His paperwork's all in order. So when Trump says mass deportations day one and that he wants to denaturalize citizens,
are you
my
fucking
mom
stupid?
could be sent back to a country that she has not known her entire life because her white adoptive family didn't think it was important to keep her connected with her culture, teach her language. My mom doesn't know anything other than English and doesn't know anything other than the U.S. We're trying to reclaim it, reconnecting with that is so hard. My fiance's been here since he was 3 too.
Okay.
His whole life he spent here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
He has no connections with Ireland. But
Really?
he could be sent back too. And if he and my mom, if their citizenship is now suddenly...
Didn't you say earlier he was green card holder? He hasn't been in Ireland since he was 3. Okay. Didn't your mother come to the States when she was 3?
Up for question. That puts myself and my kids on the chopping block as well. So I'm sitting here in my house looking around at everything and just wondering, am I going to have to make a new life in a new country?
Yes, you specifically.
I think you're confused. He is deporting illegal immigrants, not dumb people. I think, Kay, you're good. See how she threw a sly Jan at her mom's adoptive parents.
Right.
All these people are so entitled and ungrateful.
Say, mega bitches, have you sold your daughter's autonomy into slavery? Yeah, you have. You sold them down the line for an extra price on broccoli and some extra gas. You have yourself to answer for.
You
guys keep mentioning daughters. Do you mean the unborn children that they let live?
Ladies, we should all start harvesting belladonna and growing it in our gardens. 'Tis the season. I hear men really enjoy the after effects on the nervous system of belladonna tea for them.
So, belladonna has the same effect as poison ivy.
So
just another aspiring jailbird. But who are
Yeah.
you guys going to feed it to? Your imaginary men? Do you think AOC is becoming moderate, or dare I say a liberal Republican?
Because no is
I
not
don't know,
a
but she wants to have
final
one of my
answer.
kids.
We need to have the mentality that no
I'll be
means
like,
find another
like
way.
that.
No means try
can't get
again.
pregnant because I always
No
get
means look somewhere else. No does not mean stop trying. Okay?
Somebody is trying to jump political ships a little too hard. She also took pronouns out of her bio. I smell another Kamala coming. No substance,
That's
just
a
a
fact.
familiar cover.
Some women are so beautiful inside and
Miley?
out that they grace us with their presence here on earth as
Miley
if they're
Mouse.
angels that fell from heaven. And others are bitter beluga whale bitches that wake up with a bone to pick and decide to make burn books with lists of creators that voted for Trump, specifically Disney ones. Now, obviously, to spare the privacy of all of these people that have already had all of their usernames piled into one place, I'm not going to show you the list of creators, but I want you to know I went and followed every single one of them. That's besides the point. So many other mentally ill creatures like her think that this kind of behavior is normal. So normal that she continued posting this kind
These
of
buddies
bullshit
with
on her
decoy-
Instagram story
decoy
where
boys.
she explained that apparently her therapist said as long as she's not storming the Capitol, that this is a normal response to losing the election. Okay, first of all, girly pop, you need to get a new therapist pronto. And second of all,
And
you need
she's
to get a
at
grip.
least 22.
In case you're wondering
Relax.
why no one likes you, wants to be your friend, or wants to date you, it's you. You're the common denominator. Also, just for the record, I want to say I had people personally reaching out to me and telling me how awful she is. So it's not just this. You know, I think the most entertaining part of her whole spiel is this part. Take a listen.
I also want to say some of the people on this list I know because I've had personal experiences with these people because I used to be friends with them, and they're covert and they don't outwardly post on social media about how they're Trumpers, how they're homophobic.
This is the funniest part to me. It's always the liberals that are so unaccepting and so violent and aggressive towards everyone in their life for thinking a little differently than them that are so surprised that no one feels comfortable telling them the truth. Newsflash, Miss Girl, you are not a safe space. By the way, just to be crystal clear, a lot of the accounts that were on that list were not famous creators, okay? The biggest account on there had like 100,000 followers on Instagram. A majority of those accounts were personal family accounts with pictures of like kids and babies and just families going to Disney. That's who she was canceling. So, in the spirit of sharing usernames of people that we want to make sure that we're not following or supporting, I left her username in the video in case you guys feel like you don't want to support her. You get what you give, sweetheart. If anything, I think I'm just the most offended that I wasn't on that list.
Again, these are so detached from reality, you need to yell cut to get them to snap out of it. Burn books. Who do you think you are exactly? The most you can do is probably try to eat them, but you don't look like you can get very far. Her name is That's So Sari, and her account has since been deleted. The same internet wins. One less crazy person to scroll away from.
I'm going to say the uncomfortable part out loud. The Germans who supported Hitler in the beginning are these same Germans who turned in their neighbors. It is a matter of safety that you cut these people out of your life. It's not just morals. Speaking as someone who has loudly dissented all over the internet for the last 8 years, I'm not wasting a calorie questioning whether or not you're going to turn me or my friends in. You're out.
Okay.
Yes, finally. A nose-ringed crazy person. I almost thought they went into hibernation.
Well, it's been rough. It was not what I was expecting at all, considering some of the rhetoric he has said. I thought we as a nation were smarter, but I guess not. To my transgender and friends and, the people who it affects, as long as you stay alive, they cannot say we don't exist. Being a Satanist means rebelling against them because they're wrong. And as long as you draw a breath, every breath you take is a rebellion. Keep on fighting because you just have to. Hail Satan, hail reason always.
And here comes another one. That's a girl, right? And somehow we are supposed to listen to these people about what truly matters.
Oh, Trump, do you, pumpkin?
What the fuck is that?
I have a great idea. Show up to Thanksgiving with a shaved head and see what happens. You get extra points if you consider yourself a daughter of an American dad. Ooh, that would light his ass up, wouldn't it, babe? Because American dads have never really been given the room to adequately express themselves, it makes them real mad when you do for yourself. Even grumpier when you do things that are outside of what is acceptable to do with your appearance, like shaving your head. Other dad mad options would include getting a tattoo on your face or your neck or even your hands maybe. Ooh, or a facial piercing. That'll really set him off.
Bro, I clown my daughter for calling the cops on me still. You think I won't clown my daughter for coming in with a shaved fucking head?
Love doing like that so much. I even want to help you on your dad mad journey, cutie. If you're in my area between now and the 1st of the year and you would like to shave your head before you go home for the holidays, I'll do it for you for free. I think this is your sign to be unapologetically you.
She'll do it for free, but she'll record it and post it on her social media for views.
This holiday season, pumpkin. Let me know if I can help.
I thought you people only did things for yourselves. I don't doubt your dad will be mad at you for shaving your head, getting a facial piercing, and or a face tattoo. But what happens after? You just look like an idiotic alien forever.
So in my other video, I was talking about this right here, 4 sentences, and someone commented, connect 4, which brings us back to this photo. I don't know what's going on, you guys, because that right there is a genius response. If there, and I preface, if there is some sort of connecting of the dots to be done. Leave a comment. Did we miss something on this photo? I don't know.
There's the games at the bottom.
I'm not even going to attempt to break that down. These people are crazy, that's all.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking trafficking across state lines and having the 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having with her.
You have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed.
I see it. We've already seen a lot more of these coming. But after George Stephanopoulos and ABC, I think it's ABC, Donald Trump $15 million for slander. So It's not the government that's coming for you. Unfortunately, it's the people coming for you. Legally.
Viewed with great skepticism that DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Boy, oh boy, do I dislike The View and all her unintelligent activists. So you spread rumors passionately, then add a legal note to avoid prosecution. Why promote slander in the first place?
I've done the research, and it's confirmed. After January 20th, women won't be able to drive without a driver's license. They won't be able to buy alcohol unless they're 21. And they won't even be able to leave the country without a passport. This is happening, people.
When these Hollywood people finally decide to leave, we should have her star in the next Mel Gibson movie. That's fantastic acting skills. The hair, the eyes, just great. She's missing a piercing, but you won't even notice.
Told you so? We told you so? We told you so.
What?
Just about everything. Everything that's about to happen, we told you so. We were like, hey, it's gonna be bad. If he comes back, he's back. It's already getting bad. We told you so. We spent months telling you so. Over and over and over again. Do I want to be the one to tell you that we told you so? No, I don't want to be the one, but I have to be the one. The way to have me not be the one to tell you that we told you so is if
Dude, you have a booger hanging out of your fucking nose.
But you didn't want to stop it. No. We wanted to stop it. We didn't want it to happen. We told you so repeatedly. And then when we would tell you so, you'd say, where's the proof? And we would point to, I don't know, a 900-page document with all the things that they planned on doing. We would point to the fact they were holding up signs during rallies, specifically saying what they were going to do. The fact that he leaned into a microphone in front of thousands of people and said into the microphone, this is what I'm going to do. And then hundreds of cameras caught it and live streamed it to millions of people. We told you so.
Sorry, I honestly stopped listening to him once I saw that booger.
Every time you open your phone,
No, it's not true. It'd be great, though, if he did. I know Rob Schneider's going to do his version of The View, but for non-liberals.
Open your phone for the next however many years and you see a new horror erupt, a new horrifying thing that is happening, and you're like, how can we stop this? And then 4 hours later, it's a new thing. We've already forgotten the last thing that you just saw first thing in the morning because it's lunchtime and it's time for the new lunchtime horror drop. Just remember,
You can't even clean your nose properly, and you're a telling adult. Take a seat, bro. Somebody get him a tissue for his nose and another for his eyes before they start running.
Where is Barack Obama right now? Where's Michelle Obama? Where's Pete Buttigieg? Where's Chuck Schumer? And where's Nancy Pelosi? Our Democratic leaders have been so silent since the election, and we need them to tell us the plan. What are they going to do to either work with Republicans to stop fascism or put guardrails in place while they're currently in office right now to prevent Donald Trump from hitting the ground running? We should be hearing from them, and they should be doing everything they can, working day and night to push Biden's judicial nominees through.
To prevent Donald Trump from hitting the ground running, push his judicial nominees through. You're trying to ruin the country because you lost? That's not very democratic of you, now is it?
The reason chronic disease in the United States is increasing is not because of chemicals in the food. Okay, as Donald Trump takes power and we're all reeling from the fact that this psychopath is going to be in office, some of the most misinformation that we're going to have to fight against together is health related.
Dude, you were
RFK
paid
Jr.
for
is
by
an
the
environmental
DNC.
lawyer.
No
Listen
one
to the
cared.
doctors. You know why chronic disease in the United States is rising? It's because of obesity. Well, Chris, why is obesity going up? If the government is doing their job, blah, blah. Capitalism. Everybody has more money than ever in the most complex, well put together society ever on the face of the planet.
Wait, we're fat because of capitalism? Not because of all the fucking illegal shit that's in our food? You're right, it's capitalism because they want to sell. And fast food sells.
Look at where I'm sitting. I'm sitting in a vehicle where small explosions in the back will propel me forward to the nearest McDonald's where I can get a meal that's very calorically dense and yet low in nutritional value, and I can cheaply and in like 5 minutes. We fix this via education. I don't know, eat a diet that consists of more whole foods, for example. This is absurd and it's extremely dangerous, okay? Vaccines are safe and effective. The things like autism, like the rates of autism are not rising. We're getting much better at detecting autism, which is a good thing.
That means they're
We're
rising.
getting better at detecting and helping, especially women who go underdiagnosed, is because of doctors with degrees who are brilliant. Listen to them and not this goddamn psychopath, or you're going to get yourself hurt and you're going to get your children hurt, your society hurt. Okay, bro, Red 40 and aspartame are not causing you to be sick, bro. You're sick because you're eating Wendy's while ripping Zins, bro.
So McDonald's and Wendy's have the most green food on earth, but the problem is nutritional value? Really? You just want to speak so badly, but you're agreeing unconsciously. Also,
Yeah.
are you a doctor? And of course, blame everything on capitalism while you sit in that nice car. Did you get that from Charity?
Or his
The
parents.
reason chronic disease in the United States is increasing is not because of chemicals in the food.
I firmly believe that we can get these liberals to support anything as long as it's in opposition to Trump. Because right now they're literally arguing in favor of putting harmful chemicals into the American food supply. But Chris, do you recognize that there are literally hundreds of things that are put in our food that are illegal in every other country in the world? Every other developed country in the world.
Oh.
Hell, there are even third world countries that don't
Oh,
allow
not
these
of me
chemicals.
saying that.
Like, that's a country where people are struggling to survive and they don't allow this. And the weirdest thing is, Chris, you know this. Like, you know they put in the American food supply is not a good thing. But now you have to argue in favor of it because Trump opposes it. Because Trump's appointee wants to get rid of these harmful chemicals. So now you have to argue in favor. Oh, and Chris, I wanted to point out something to you real quick. Because you said this.
RFK Jr. is an environmental lawyer, not a doctor.
Bro, you know the person he's replacing isn't a doctor either, right? Because this is who RFK Jr. is going to replace. He's a lawyer and a politician. Before this, he was the Attorney General for California. He has no medical background whatsoever. And you were perfectly happy with the job he did for the last 4 years. So you obviously don't feel the person in that position needs to be a doctor. Otherwise, you would have opposed this guy. But you didn't. So shut.
Well, there you have it, Chrissy boy. Just shut up.
EI.
I took yesterday to be angry and miserable, and I also took yesterday to make the decision to block my father, who will still end up seeing this. So, hi, Dad. And yes, I did block him because of who he voted for, because he knows that I am trans, and he knows that I have had 2 abortions, and he still voted for Project 2025, which to me is reprehensible. I have my husband who loves and supports me to the ends of the earth. I have my friends who love and support me to the ends of the earth, and I have other family members who love and support me to the ends of the earth. And I genuinely do not need anyone else. I realize this is something not everyone is able to do safely, and I'm very grateful for my ability to do that safely.
I'm confused. Trans, 2 abortions, her husband. Maybe there's something I missed.
I cut my mother off until the day she died. I can and will do that again.
Honestly, we don't really care. You people just choose to make your miserable choices the public's business for some reason. Not a single one of the things you've done is justified or even remotely sensible. Get some help.
MAGA women, Southern MAGA women, actually all MAGA women. You know how Thanksgiving has been a little bit uncomfortable? People don't want to come to your house, they don't want to hang out with you, they don't want to talk to you.
No.
And you are very proud of your domestic abilities, I know. You love to put on an event, a thing, and cook all this stuff, and it gives you an excuse to finally get out all the dishes that you never use.
Good women.
And all of that.
Good
It's
women.
almost Christmas. You were sad at Thanksgiving. Your tree, all of your stuff, all your decorations,
Right.
and again, getting out the dishes, the china,
Right.
and all of that. I'm sure. I mean, I used to really like to decorate and entertain. I bet you guys love it even more. I bet you love Christmas. You love King, Jesus, Christmas, yourself, and then other people are down here. They aren't gonna come to your house at Christmas time. You thought Thanksgiving was bad. Christmas is gonna be a wild ride for you. And I'm gonna cry one little tear.
Where's
for
your
you,
fucking
'cause
cat?
You're gonna be sad because people won't come to your house. I want to talk to you. The Christmas cards.
With your fake
My
ass
God,
background.
the Christmas card. All those cards that you send out, you'll send them to everybody. You probably even put some effort, extra effort into the ones for the people that you know probably don't want to talk to you anymore. And your little ribbon of Christmas cards or your wall of cards or whatever. It's gonna be smaller this year. Anyway, but that's good. More money for you to go out and blow on.
Don't you mean that liberals no longer have anywhere to get a hot home-cooked meal and no one to celebrate with? I don't see the MAGA L anywhere.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve Daines. My pronouns are Republican majority.
I like it.
I have a simple message for Chuck Schumer and for Bob Casey. It's over.
We got him?
Everyone has just been having way too much fun at the wokies' expense.
allies, you people who say you really care about this, you need to do better. And I'm sorry I'm so aggressive about it right now. I just had to go up against my mother, my mom. You people are so deep in your victimization.
What do you mean?
You can't get it. I'm not raising my kids in this world.
Good.
I do not want my kids to experience this.
So don't have kids.
I will see a different world, and I will see a liberated world.
And this video is so real, you had to caption it raw emotions in case there were people who thought it was medium rare emotions. That's a steak joke, by the way. You had to go up against your mother for voting Trump? Did she go against you for voting Kamala? Or wearing feathers on your ears to prove something? I know the answer is no and no. So, do you see that you might be the problem?
The last time we had an attempt on our democracy that equaled the size of January 6th was 9/11. A lot of people like to forget about that fourth plane and the reasoning behind 9/11 because we know what it is. If you took a basic history lesson, then you know that 9/11 was an attack on everything that America stood for. The two planes that hit the Twin Towers were an attack on our economy.
By the Jews.
The plane that hit the Pentagon was an attack on our military.
By the
And
Jews.
fourth plane that went down in a field in Pennsylvania after being overtaken by American citizens who gave their lives to defend this country was headed for the Capitol.
By the Jews.
It was an attempted attack on our democracy.
We're not a democracy.
And then 20 years later, on January 6th of 2021, our own citizens
No, that was a
busted
Fed.
the windows out, smeared walls, and hung
They didn't
nooses
smear shit on the wall.
with the intent to kill the Vice President and Speaker of the House of the
And it was a
United
Fed
States
that
of
hung a
America.
noose on the outside.
It says the one who was probably in diapers during 9/11. Who feeds these people these insane brain-rotting takes? Somebody get Kamala
bad. Maybe
Harris and Uncle Obama on the
She
phone.
knows
They
more
need to
about it 'cause
address
it was
these
her
people
history.
before asylums run out of rooms.
If you voted for Trump, don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't come near me, don't come near my friends. If you're confused on why people are so angry and heartbroken and grieving, then you probably have no idea what's going on. First of all, because everything is going to be ruled by the Republicans now and they have a conservative court. We're looking at the ACA being repealed. That's the Affordable Care Act. Thanks, Obama. So for people like me who are on the Affordable Care Act, because they can't work a full-time job, they're not going to be able to afford or have access to health insurance. Okay, the only way that I can get health insurance is through the ACA. My plan as it is without the subsidy, $400. I pay about $50 for that right now. Because I'm self-employed, I will have no insurance when that is repealed. My medication costs $20,000 per dose. I currently get that through the drug company through a special little thing.
What the fuck?
That only is available if you have health insurance. So please understand
$20,000?
that people like me, people in my communities, are going to die.
You should have done the video in the dark then. I already looked. You said you can't work a full-time job and that you're self-employed. I'm curious as to what that employment is exactly. Because self-employment is still a job, is it not? Entrepreneurs are self-employed. By self-employed, do you mean lazy?
So, this is for the people who are laughing at liberals right now, who think it is hilarious to see us devastated by the results of this election. I just want you to understand that the pain that you're seeing isn't about our candidate or our party losing. It's about America losing. It's about us losing our freedoms, our rule of law, our place in the world order, losing the moral high ground of a good and decent nation. We are upset because we know that the foundational pillars of American society, the ones we all count on, like liberty and justice and truth, are all going to be gone under this next administration. And it's possible we never get them back.
Okay.
And just to be clear, that's not just going to hurt us, it's going to hurt you. So when you're done being excited about owning the libs, there's going to come a time where you realize that voting for a criminal, surrounded by criminals, supported by self-serving oligarchs and calculated foreign adversaries was a bad idea. And as they dismantle our government and our healthcare and our social safety nets, as our national security and food sources are compromised, as our environment and justice system are abandoned, you're going to understand it wasn't just us woke losers who lost. It was you and your people and your friends and your children. So maybe just consider giving us just a tiny bit of grace as we come to
No, that
terms with
lady
the
said
horrible world you chose
$20,000 a
for
month
us,
for one
and we try to
medication.
find a way to help the people who are going to suffer most and figure out a way to fight back. And you're going to want that for us, because I know a fair amount of you are going to eventually come over to our way of thinking, because the
No.
incompetence and the corruption and the suffering are going to be so evident you won't be able to miss it. But we have to make sure that by then it's not too late and we can still work together to do something about this. So just understand that we're sad right now because we know we were telling you the truth, and we are just so heartbroken that you preferred the lies.
You seem confused. All these fears were confirmed in the current administration.
Yeah.
Freedom, liberty, truth, everything was replaced with delusion, feelings, and cancel culture. So
Yeah.
no, we are gonna keep owning the libs. That's another freedom you've tried to take away for the past 4 years.
To all you matters that are already out acting a fool in public, thinking you can get away with whatever the I want you to know it ain't gonna happen. We are pissed.
Who's we?
We have zero and bail money. I have bail money. I
Okay.
see you out in public, acting cool, raging out and rating other people, getting in people's faces, being racist, Karen. I'm gonna say something to you.
Yeah?
If you want to throw hands, bring that shit on, because I would love to right now. I would
I
love
don't
to.
think you do.
I'm being real with you when I tell you you need to act right.
Why are you whispering?
They will not be tolerated any further. Don't
I
let me
want
see
to
the
talk shit to a little southern girl.
Is that a drag
A
filter?
black southern
What
woman.
exactly?
Oh yeah, I'm all about Donald Trump. What the fuck you gonna do? I mean, they may be tiny. Them girls from the ghetto, they would dog walk your ass.
Is supposed to be scary here? The filter, the piercing, the middle school level aggressive curse words?
This is a message to Donald Trump. Hey Trump, you see all these folks behind me, all hard-working Mexican Americans? I know we all look alike to you,
Mexican American.
but these folks were born and raised here and working hard to make our economy grow. And the migrants that sometimes come alongside and work with these folks, whether it's this industry or the meatpacking or any other, they're here because they know how to work. You've never worked a day in your life, and you don't know what it takes to build this country. So you can take your work site raids that you and Tom Holman want to do and go shove them up your ass.
Good luck.
Because at the end of the day, our economy is driven by people like this and by migrants and by so many others that simply want to
But they don't
come
pay
out
taxes.
here and come into this country and do well
Check
for
them
themselves
taxes.
and their families.
Is that a confession? Sorry, sir, but are you admitting to harboring criminals?
He is.
And are you threatening to obstruct justice when the time comes? Well, alright then. Don't forget to post an update.
It was not a free and fair election when one of the world's largest
Dude, you
social
can
media
smell that
platforms,
hate
X,
coming
was
off.
manipulated and used as an overwhelming source of lies and misinformation to support Trump. 2, when a monumental amount of untraceable dark money was funneled into this election, including to run ads that pretended to be from Kamala, but really were hyper-targeted and designed to drive Muslims, Jews, liberals, and black Americans away from her. 3, when Republicans take an ungodly number of eligible voters off the voter rolls.
I'm gonna rewind this and turn my light on, and then we're gonna unpack this one. All right, let's start this one over again. It's the AIDS guy, right?
Don't forget to post an update.
It was not a free and fair election when one of the world's largest social media platforms, X, was manipulated and used as an overwhelming source of lies and misinformation to support Trump. 2, when a monumental amount of untraceable dark money was funneled into this election, including to run ads that pretended to be from Kamala, but really were hyper-targeted and designed to drive Muslims, Jews, liberals, and black Americans away from her. 3,
Did you see any of those ads? I didn't see any of those ads, but it's okay. Unless they're, trying to do the, what's the word? Spoof ads. But, wow, is this guy giving me the finger?
When Republicans take an ungodly number of eligible voters off the voter rolls in state after state. 4, when Trump lied incessantly and was rarely checked by those that
Some of those people that were removed were from dead people and people that weren't eligible to vote, such as an illegal Chinese, not illegal, a Chinese student who's like, wait a second, how the hell am I allowed to vote?
interviewed him. 5, when Russia and other bad actors specifically targeted this election to support Trump, and the social media companies have been
So they didn't help him in 2016. They didn't help him in 2020, but Russia helped him in 2024. Bro, age is affecting your brain.
prohibited and or inhibited from doing anything about it. 6, when oil and gas companies, crypto bros, and who knows who else were effectively bribed to support Trump. And 7, when many voters were intimidated from going to the ballot box for fear of violence. This was not a free and fair election. Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the right-wing media...
I'm not gonna lie, like when I went to go vote, I was so in fear of my life. Like I didn't know. I was like, I had to wear a bulletproof vest, that covered my arms as well. And then I had to wear a helmet, but the helmet couldn't be any regular helmet. It had to be 3 foot of steel, and then, you know what? Forgot where I was going with this because I don't know why I said steel.
Ecosystem lied, they cheated, and they seemed to collude with foreign powers. And now the freaking narrative is that Democrats are the problem, as opposed to all of these tactics, which are certainly immoral, but should be absolutely illegal. It's absurd. Do you agree?
No.
When Twitter was pro-Biden, this video was nowhere to be found. When Republicans were censored and banned from Twitter, no one was making dumb TikTok videos. Dark money? You mean 1/3 of Kamala's election funds? That's dark money, crypto bros. What about her Hollywood endorsements? No, I do not agree.
It's not immigrants. It's men. It's
Huh?
not immigrants. It's men. Now, some of the men might also be immigrants. But the root issue is men.
Okay, so get rid of the illegal men so you can zero in on the documented ones. It's not that hard.
And why is J.K. Rowling still
Whoa.
alive? We should be focusing our efforts and our resources not on assassinating Trump, but instead on assassinating J.K. Rowling. That wench needs to die. She needs to burn on the stake and die. I condone murder. I condone it. I think that we need to hold our politicians accountable by murdering them. And I think we need to hold J.K. Rowling accountable by murdering her too. And I'm like so very serious about this. I'm so passionately serious about this. I think that we should just all come together and murder everyone. I think, things would be better, Like, we would just be so much happier in life if us as trans people just came together and murdered a bunch of people. Like, I think that really would, solve all of our problems.
Do you know what's even more condonable? Self-defense. When the time comes for real-life situations, we'll see how these videos age. And somehow you want women's bathrooms?
January 5th when she comes in on her horse and she's like, "What's up, MFers? I'm here to take my throne." And she rolls up. You're not gonna have that many insurrectionists, and you're gonna have a lot of MAGA people going, "Oh my God, thank whatever. Thank sweet baby Jesus that she's here." And we will all go, I know.
Do you think there's a never-ending supply of white powder in the nose rings? Because what do you mean she's gonna come take the throne on January 5th?
On her high horse.
One more email or text message from the Democratic Party asking us for money after we donated $1 billion in a month, and this entire administration just stood there and let this happen? We did nothing. We did nothing. And to have to watch Joe Biden in the White House shake that man's hand and treat him with dignity and respect as if he has earned that, after calling us, liberals, the enemy within, Joe Biden shook his hand, smiled, treated him with kindness. That was infuriating.
Y'all call him Nazi.
Maybe they need a little pressure. Maybe if we tell them that we are angry, they will do something. We lost because we are playing by rules that no longer exist. So screw decorum and be unprecedented. 91 criminal charges, grand jury indictments. Merrick Garland did nothing. Joe Biden had
Joe Biden pardoned known pedophiles and child molesters. Big ones, too.
total immunity. He could have expanded the court. He could have done anything he wanted to stop this. He did nothing. He invited a man who did not invite him to the White House and greeted him with smiles. If you are a liberal woman in a red state who did not vote for this and you've been thinking about getting a divorce, do it. Do it now. Do not wait. If you are a conservative who did vote for this.
You're angry about being called the enemy within? Didn't Joe Biden call Republicans garbage? Didn't you guys call Trump the Hitler and a neo-Nazi? That's by the way, I really don't care. So, you're angry at Democrats for not cheating, correct? Got it? I guess they are starting to cheat though.
Guys, let's live in reality for a second where shit like this is obvious voter fraud. Like seriously, let's stop pretending. So in Chicago yesterday, they had 23,578 newly discovered ballots. And of those 23,578 newly discovered ballots, 21,028 of them were for Kamala Harris. So of the newly discovered ballots in Chicago, 90% of them were for Kamala Harris. Can we just talk about how statistically improbable that is? And while we're at it, can we discuss how the fact that any district that has ever needed more than 10 days to count their votes has broken in Democrats' favor? Like, for example, the House race over in District 45. At the end of Election Day, the Republican had a big-ass lead. But then they started counting all the newly discovered votes. And every single day, the Democrat managed to get a higher percentage of that day's vote. All the way up until today, 12 days after the election, the Democrat has finally taken a tiny lead. And now they're done counting votes. That's some amazing timing, right? Come on, people. I think we can all logically agree that if this happens,
and they called
every
it for the
single
Democrat,
time you need 2 weeks to count the vote, newly discovered votes are breaking 90% in favor of the Democrats. Can we just admit it's fraud? Like seriously, can we stop bullshitting here? Is fraud. This is obvious fraud, but it's all fraud. Like we can't just keep doing this.
This had to be the most tense election of all time, and somehow they couldn't count until 2 weeks after? Imagine if Donald Trump had lost and they discovered new ballots in his favor. These bald crazies would lose it.
It's about to hit the fan. I think we're going to have a major announcement within the next 2 weeks.
About?
I don't think Donald Trump will ever be sworn into office. I think we're going to find out about what will be considered and called the crime of the century. I think we're going to hear about this soon. I know we only really have about 2 weeks until elections start having to be certified. I think we're going to see some crazy I think everyone needs to get prepared. There's no way they're just going to let this go if everything I'm seeing is accurate. So get prepared. The fan.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Kamala not give a concession speech? Crime of the century. This is the mental breakdown of the century, and that is criminal enough.
It's day 7 of the resistance. Here's what you can do today. If you're out and about and you see someone being yelled at and screamed at by a MAGA person, don't yell at them or fight with them. Just go simply stand in between them and the person that they're yelling at. Quiet protest.
I apologize for making you watch this complete waste of time. First, it was the days of girlhood. Now we're counting the days of resistance? No MAGA is walking around looking for wokies to yell at. You guys are going through enough in your own minds.
Nazism, white supremacism, whatever, should be illegal. You want to oppress
Why should
an
it be
entire
illegal?
group of people based on the color of their skin.
It can't be illegal.
Go to jail.
It can be frowned upon.
Slap your mama.
Wait, why do you look like that? What's wrong with you?
Folks, you cannot make this up. Some Donald Trump voters are already regretting their votes, and it has not even been a week. Now they are finding themselves in panic mode as they begin to realize how disastrous Trump's policies will be for them.
Oh,
Businesses
really?
are already taking drastic measures to try to counteract Donald Trump's promised tariffs, slashing jobs in the United States, and this is just the beginning, folks, so buckle up, and don't say we didn't warn you.
You can't make this up. Then he goes ahead to make it all up.
I was listening.
No, I'm not coming to Thanksgiving.
Okay.
No, I'm not coming to Thanksgiving.
I didn't invite you.
No, I'm not coming to Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Why? Because I'm not coming to Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Why? Because I'm not coming to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we got that the first
You know why.
7 times.
More turkey, more mac and cheese, and more pies to go around for normal people.
Right?
Enjoy your protests.
About the blue friendship bracelet, and if you know what it's about, you know what it's about. And I am certainly a fan of this trend that's going on. I'm going to take a little bit of a step further, though, because I don't trust that people won't lie in order to try to convince us of where their stance is by doing so.
If y'all don't stop playing with me while I'm trying to eat my breakfast, pretend to be a Democrat. We don't want to be you. Please don't confuse me with a Democrat.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of
I don't
seem.
know any red-blooded Americans who are out there just floating around that blue bracelet so that we can lie about being you. Be so for real, right?
Don't stress that woman while she eats her breakfast. Trying to be you, I can assure you that people have been tossing their blues in the back of their closets since you guys went absolutely berserk.
To all the whole MAGA men who told me that I'm ugly and unattractive.
But you are.
Because I have chin hairs.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to keep them there, and I'm not going to get rid of them just for you. Until
Good.
1, Trump is in handcuffs on his way to prison, or 2, we find out that Harris actually won this election.
So you're pretty much gonna have a
So,
beard like mine.
You guys can suck it.
So you're never shaving then? Well, shout out to body positivity. Your body, your choice.
Guys, I was doing so well, and then I just heard a clip of. I just heard a clip of her.
Who's her?
We f***ed up so bad.
What'd you do?
So bad. Oh my god.
What'd you do?
I would see how long this mad streak is going to last.
All the things that make me mad about those other guys and all the things they do wrong, the one thing that I will not forgive them for.
Biden won. I think maybe for about a week, I like, oh, this is weird because we still had that hope, even though I definitely didn't want Biden. But we weren't like, well, I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it. That a lot of people weren't breaking down. They were just angry, and they had one day of rage. One day of rage. A wonderful day of rage. Some people did something. Right? Elian?
Is they're trying to steal the joy from this country.
Trump's iconic dance moves are sweeping the internet and winning him a lot of fans across the globe. And it seems like everyone wants to hop on the bandwagon.
And I'm sure you will find many ways to.
Whose joy was taken away again?
I'm sorry.
Never mind.
If you encounter liberals this week, remember not to look at them. They are very vulnerable right now. If you enjoyed this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up and dropping a comment. If you're new here, you should subscribe. There is more to come. See you in the next video.
Again, perfect timing. Hope y'all enjoyed your light-hearted commentary and humor for today. Because I really wasn't going to do anything real serious. Maybe that first story was, but I thought I had to get it out there. But I'm hearing more and more things and weird consistencies with these UFOs and what I'm thinking is about to happen. Unlike what that guy said, mine could probably be legit because history repeats itself. Or that I'm just getting old and my brain thinks it's history, but it's just me thinking it's whatever. I'm not telling y'all how to think. I'm just telling y'all to think. And I hope y'all enjoyed laughing, crying, whatever else you guys do during my show. Not listen. Drink some with titties and beer. I I don't really know. I just gonna have to stop it here. Tell y'all. Have a good rest of your weekend, and